Hi everyone, in the previous presentation I have taught you about parallelogram theorem, and in this presentation I am going to teach you about triangular law. So triangular law means it's the action of three forces. So when they are in equilibrium, they will be like in the form of closed triangle. When represented in tip to tail arrangement will be done. Okay, so you can take three forces, F1, F2 and F3. So if you then they should consider it as a closed triangle. For example, F1 without changing their direction, F1, F2 and F3. It looks like a triangle, right? So it represented in tip to tail arrangement. Next one is polygonal law. Polygonal law means when more than three forces acts in a equilibrium position, then it will look like a closed polygon when represented in tip to tail arrangement. That's it. So this is nothing but how many forces you have, just arranging it in tip to tail form. Right. The next one is moment of a force. What is said as a moment means turning effect of your body. So here you can see the moment of force about any point is defined as force into perpendicular distance of turning the point of C. Moment is nothing but force into perpendicular distance. The unit of moment is Newton meter, N into M. So here you can see someone is just having a screw and just they are giving a force in one side and direction is on other side for the purpose of just screwing it, right, using the spanner. So this moment will be either in an anti-clockwise direction or clockwise direction. So in whichever the moment is nothing but it will be in either a clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. But force into perpendicular direction is said to be moment. Right. So what is meant by couple means it is defined as two forces. When you have two forces and it is separated by a definite distance, this is having same magnitude but opposite direction means it is said as couple. So the sum of forces in each direction will be zero, but the rotational effect will be having some values. The next one is Varignan theorem. Varignan theorem is also said as the principle of moments. So the sum of action of all the forces is equal to the moment of the resultant force about the same point. They says that when you have so many forces, for example, take the graph, it is having x and y axis and it is also having F1 and F2 two forces. The resultant force is this blue colored force F. Okay, so for this F1 you have the distance of D1 and for F2 you have the distance of D2 and for resultant force you have the distance of D. Everything is connected at O point in the y axis. Okay, so the angle for F1 is alpha 1, angle for F is alpha, angle for F2 is alpha 2 and the definite distance is horizontal distance is Fx for um, F and Fx1 for F1 force and Fx2 for F2 force. Okay, just draw it and the sum of moment of all forces will be equal to the resultant moment. That's what the Varignan theorem is saying. So how to do that we shall see. So for the moment of force F about O. So if you take only the F force at O point, so you can see that cos alpha is equal to thing is like F into D, that is force into distance is equal to distance is nothing but OA is D by cos alpha. So from this arrangement you can see, right, cos alpha is nothing but the angle, okay, OA into cos alpha, so it will become OA into Fx. Parallelly, if you do for moment at F1 and moment at F2 means it will give OA into Fx1 and OA into Fx2. Finally, by adding this, what you will get means the sum of forces will be F1 D1 plus F2 D2, which is OA if you take separately Fx1 plus Fx2. So finally, you will get Fx is equal to, anyway we know that the sum of forces is equal to the individual forces Fx1 plus Fx2. So F1 D1 plus F2 D2 is equal to OA into Fx, which is nothing but F1 D1 plus F2 D2 is equal to F into D. So the sum of moment of all the forces is equal to the resultant force. This is what the Varignan theorem says. So how to find the resultant force means here you have like in the four quadrants, four forces, four angles. So as I said, you can just make it F sin theta, F cos theta, right? So with respect to that, like you need to take the horizontal forces in one condition and vertical forces in another condition, and finally the magnitude of the resultant force is given by R is equal to root of summation of h square plus summation of v square. The direction is given by tan alpha is equal to summation of v by summation of h, which is taken as positive, like one side the c as sign convention is taken with respect to positive. This is assumption with respect to graph positive negative positive negative. Okay, I have an example for it. It says that to find the magnitude and resultant for this particular graph. Right. First you draw the free body diagram, FBD. For example, this 200 Newton force. You just make it, see it is having some value. So just make it as a horizontal force, vertical force. 200 cos 30, 200 sin 30. Likewise, 300 cos 45, 300 sin 45. Like this, 350. 350 sine cos, like that you make it and just make an equation of horizontal forces, vertical forces. So with respect to the sign convention you have to take, okay, consider this parallelly. And 200, see 200 sine 30, 300 sine 45, 350 cos 45. This and all direction horizontal forces, and vertical forces are 200 sine 30, 300 cos 35 and 350 sine 45. So 40. Okay, you will get one value with respect to Newton since it's a force. And just like use this equation R is equal to root of summation of h square plus summation of v square. You will get the final answer. And also alpha is equal to tan inverse of summation of v by summation of h. Use this formula for finding alpha. So this is how you need to calculate the resultant force and the angle. Okay, so I'll continue my presentation in the next lecture video. Thank you everyone. This is how you need to solve the numericals.